And here we go. Grab your tennis ball, your wall, and a towel or something like that. Okay? Ready? Here we go. Starting with the ball on our feet. So I'm going to cut off my head here. So ball underneath our feet, rolling, a little with the toes up, a little with the toes relaxed, finding that arch space and the outer edge. So we're going to go a little quicker through the feet than we did on Monday. We want to spend time a little bit on the upper body today. Okay? So stripping back and forth from heel to ball, trying to move the toes a little bit. Right? Feeling, paying attention where are the tight spots. Is it down by the heel, up by the ball, inside, outside? Good. Okay, so now going back to those spots that you found tight, I found one right here, right at the kind of the bottom of my arch. When I push down and hold on that, and I wiggle my toes, I can feel that all the way up into my calf, which my right calf has been tight yesterday, so I'm not really sure why. Probably the walking that I've been doing, but I'm going to target this space, move as much as I can, and then find another spot. Okay, so remember, number one rule in this class, all classes really, but especially this class, is do what works for you. Okay, especially in here, you feel it, you know what your body needs, or at least listen to it and give it what it needs. Okay, so continue polka dotting here on this foot for about 20 more seconds. And remember, just because we switch the other foot doesn't mean you have to. Listen to your body. Good. Okay, go ahead and switch feet. And switch feet, starting with that stripping back and forth, right? Ball the foot, heel the foot. Okay, move it around. And mostly feel, right? Feel. And through that feeling, listen to what your body needs. Wiggle the toes. Right? Maybe you're not feeling much on this side, and you want to go back to the other side. Go for it. All right? Whatever you need. It can be short little back and forth, it can be longer. All right, and then we'll polka dot this side. So push down, hold, wiggle the toes, release. Push down, hold, wiggle the toes, and release. And always, 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 part of this is the breath, right? As we release, we're sending that tension back out of the body. Good. All right, keep that polka dot up on that side. Okay, last 30 seconds here, so if you want to go back to the first side, spend a little time, or whatever you want to do. Push down and hold, wiggle. Good, and shake both of those legs out, shake them out from the hip, right? Feet should be alive, active. We didn't do our retest today, but we'll do that next time. We'll do it once a week just to kind of reinforce what a difference this rolling can make. So just find your posture. What I want you to do is find your posture right now. Feet underneath the hips, right? And I want you to take your hips and kind of roll them out this way. And what that does, you should feel activation through the glute muscles, right? Nice and tall. Just grab your hands behind, squeeze and hold, and release. So just feel the difference just in your posture, right? Now, can you go from a two-footed posture easily to a one? right? Find that balance. Maybe you don't pick up so high, just pick up to where your balance allows, but think of big toe, pinky toe, heel, gripping the floor, okay? No surprise, I'm wobbly on my right side today because I felt, I have a knot in the bottom of that right foot and it's connected to my right calf. So guess which side I'm a lot more wobbly on, okay? So there's a little self-test for you. Figure out what works for you. So now we're going to go right into stretching the bottoms of the feet, okay? So I'm going to show you side view here. I'm going to take my toes, push them down into the floor, my heel coming up to the ceiling. So it's going to look like I'm going to take off and run, okay? So I'm inhale up, lift the chest, doesn't hurt to squeeze the shoulder blades, exhale, release. Inhale up, stretching the bottom of the foot here, exhale, release. 2 more, inhale up, exhale, release. Last one, inhale up, and exhale, release. Now same foot, top of the toes into the floor. So imagine you're going to kick and your toes hit the floor, kick forward, hold, maybe a little stretch here and release. Kick forward, hold. Most of the stretch should be in the top of the foot, front of the ankle. Release. 3 more, kick forward, hold, and release. And kick forward, hold, and release. Same foot, put it behind you. Take a glance back to make sure all of the toes are pointed forward. We're not in warrior, like in yoga. We're getting all 10 toes pointed forward, heel on the floor. Front foot can go where you need it to go. Heel on the floor, press that heel down into the floor. Lift the chest up. Press down, lift up. Opposition. Press down, lift up. 2 more, press down, lift up. And last one, press down, lift up. Now bend the knee. I'm still keeping the heel right down into the floor. Now I want you to think about that knee going down, heel going down, and release. And release. 2 more. Last one. And come on up. So we've now stretched that foot, top and bottom, got a little calf stretch in there as well. Okay, and switch to the other side. So bottom of the toes on the floor, heel up to the ceiling. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up as if you're going to take off running, release. Inhale up, release. 2 more. Inhale up, release. And last one, inhale up, release. Toes into the mat. Kick forward, hold, and release. Kick forward, hold, and release. 3 more. Kick forward, hold, and release. And kick forward, hold, and release. Good. Shake out the legs here. Now pick up the ball. We're going to go up the chain, starting with the lower glute muscle today. Okay? Right there in the glute max, rolling from tailbone, right? Remember our bony landmarks? We have our tailbone. We're not going to roll on it. Next to it, out to the hip socket, right? It's going to be a horizontal roll this way. You can do it a little bit on a diagonal because that's actually how those muscle fibers go. On a diagonal, you could do it up and down, whatever you want. And again, I encourage you, if this was your ball and socket joint, which you can feel in there with the ball, this is your ball and socket joint. Explore all the way around it with that ball, right? A lot of little muscles that crisscross, interconnect in this hip joint. A lot of fascia coming together, crisscrossing. And that's what we want to work on. Again, we're working on the fascia, which surrounds the muscle tissue. Okay? Doesn't surround the joints necessarily. We're working on the fascia around the muscle tissue. I'm working that space and switch to the other side whenever you're ready. So again, lower glute, right? Big glute max. That's what we're talking about here. Side to side, up and down. circle. Going back and forth between the two as much as you want to. All right, and then finding the high glute space. So now again, your bony landmark is the top of your pelvis, putting the ball right underneath there and going in and out. Again, from tailbone to hip on that horizontal line, start there. Imagine you're just kind of digging that ball in underneath the ridge of your pelvis. Okay, that's that glute med. Tends to get really, really tight because that of the three glute muscles, that one tends to be the one that overworks, right? The glute max is the one that tries to slack off a lot, doesn't do its job. It's the heavy mover. A lot of times it's not working, so this glute med tries to pick up the slack. Okay, so underneath the rim of that pelvis, you can take it all the way out to the side. I'm going to come here so you can see. So out here, more into that hip rotator space, but again, skimming right underneath the rim of the pelvis. Well, if you have a tight spot here, take your inside arm, reach it up, press that ball into the wall, and then reach your arm away from the wall. Now, what we're doing here is called a pin and stretch. We're pinning that tight spot and stretching out of it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Coming back up. Switching sides. And whatever you need to do here. Find the rim of that pelvis. Exploring underneath of it. Going between each side, whatever feels good. Again, my right foot, right calf tight, guess what? My right glute med is also tight. I'm guessing there's a reason for all that. Don't know what it is. Not gonna really try to figure it out. I'm just gonna listen to what my body's telling me and spend a little extra time on it. Okay? So just 15 more seconds here in that high glute space. So again, if you have a spot on this side, pin it. Inhale, reach up, stretch it. Good. Okay, so now from that, right, back of your pelvis, that's your landmark, right? That's one landmark. And then your spine, so imagine your spine coming down on top of your pelvis, making an L, okay? So the next one we're going to try is going to put that ball right in the 90-degree space of that L, okay? Push into the wall. Now here, we're trying to reach a little bit of the spinal extensors, so those muscles that surround or run right next to the spine, right? A little bit in there, and then you can roll a little bit towards your hip space. Get a little, maybe a little bit into that, what's called your QL muscle, quadratus lumborum, right? This would be a very touchy muscle. Inhale, exhale. And maybe you're going a little up and down, hitting that extensor, maybe a little side to side. Big inhale, exhale, you can pin. Maybe reach away and stretch. Okay? And whenever you're ready, find the other L on the other side. Put the ball right in that 90-degree space. You're gonna have to squat down a little bit, bend the knees. Either going that vertical or the horizontal line, or both, okay? So here, if you were below the rim of the pelvis before, now we're kind of tracing the top ridge of the pelvis, okay? Again, only to your comfort. About 20 more seconds here, and we're gonna move up to the shoulder blade, okay? So we have an L here, right? Your spine, the top of the pelvis, and of course our body isn't that right angle-ish, right? We're simplifying things quite a bit, but just so we can help find those spaces. Okay, so now we're going to take the ball up, shoulder blade, right? It's not a 90-degree angle, but imagine just to help find that space that it is. So you're going to work First on that lower part, the bottom of the L, okay, underneath the shoulder blade. Put the ball in that space and go on that horizontal line, okay? Go on the edge of the shoulder blade and going from the shoulder back to the center of your back. Shoulder, back to the center of your back. So that's the horizontal line of your L, okay? And then can you find the spine, the long side of that shoulder blade, the vertical spine? Can you go up and down? So that requires bending those knees, right? Dropping almost like you're doing a little wall sit, standing up, right? Finding that edge of the shoulder blade and taking that ball into that space, okay? So we have our horizontal and our vertical, right in there, okay? Switching between right to left sides whenever you are ready, okay? Switching right to left side, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, right? Breathe. You find a tight spot, yes, you can hold and then add movement, right? So what's the easiest place to add movement if we're up in the space? Just the shoulder. Move that shoulder in a big circle, right? Just getting that movement in there, right? So 20 more seconds here. Sorry, 40 seconds here in the shoulder blade space. Then we're going to work on one more upper body space before we go into stretching everything. Okay. Good. Okay, so now, last bony landmark. Imagine your collarbone. You have collarbone in the front. You have a space in the back. So right here, you can kind of see it there, the lighting that I have. That ledge, imagine it's a shelf. I'm going to put the ball right on top of that shelf. Right? Now I'm going to come to the wall. Got to scooch down a little bit so I can kind of pin the ball between that trap muscle, which sits, part of it sits right on top of that collarbone, right? And now I'm going from shoulder in towards my spine, right? In towards my neck. And that ball is just tracing that line right on that edge of the back side of my shoulder blade, right? Now here, I have a tight spot on my right side as well, imagine that. So I have a couple options. I can add movement at the shoulder, right? Maybe just a simple in, out. Go a little bit out and up, whatever feels good. I also add a little head movement. And when I say little, I mean little, just little turns. Maybe turning your head no. Maybe nodding it yes. Maybe taking ear to shoulder, just little tiny movements. Nothing big here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And switch to the other side whenever you're ready. But again, if you need more time, take more time, okay? We're just gonna finish rolling here for the next minute and a half, and then we'll go into our second half of the class doing our stretching, okay? So again, we're not rolling the bone itself, we're rolling right next to it. Our target muscle here is that high trapezius muscle. There's a lower part to your trapezius muscle. We're hitting that high spot right here, or high part. I have a big old not crunchy space here on my left side. So I'm going to press, hold, breathe. Maybe add a little head movement. Maybe add a little arm, right? Arm movement. Staying within what feels good to your body. Okay, just 20 more seconds. Good. All right. So we can put the ball away. Maybe just do some big shoulder rolls, up and back. Ooh, the spider just landed on my computer. Yikes. All right. So roll and grab your towel or your band, whatever you have. Put it next to you. We're not going to use it just yet, but coming up, we will. Right? So from here, let's come down to the floor on all fours. And we're going to start in a child's pose position. I'm going to turn this way. Okay, so from all fours, knees wider, toes together. Press your hips back to your heels, and we're going to walk the hands forward. We're going to start by stretching the upper body here. Big inhale, exhale. And inhale, exhale. So on each inhale, I want you to come up out of that position a little bit. On the exhale, I want you to press your palms into the mat. Push them forward just a touch. And press your hips back, letting your head come between your arms. Finish your exhale. Then come up into an inhale. And again, pressing through the palms, lifting the fingers just a little bit. Exhale. And coming up. And exhale. So now we're going to take one hand to the edge of your mat, take the opposite hand on top of that, interlace your hands, interlace your fingers, and now we're going to do press back. So we're going opposition from left hand to right hip. Inhale up, exhale, pressing right hip back to right heel. 2 more. And last one. And switch. All right, so opposite hand on top. That same hip goes back to heel. Inhale up. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. Good. Now from all fours, gonna do a thread the needle. Take one arm up, thread it underneath, sliding that arm out, bringing the back of the shoulder, head to the floor. This hand, right, my left hand here, is pushing into the floor actively as I reach my right hand away. Big inhale, and exhale. Pull that belly button to the spine. Push your left hand into the floor. Reach your right arm, right fingertips away. A nice rotation through the back. 2 more breaths. Good. Now we're pushing through that left hip or left hand to come up. Right forwards and switch. This arm dives underneath. I'm going to bring my back of the shoulder, side of my head to the floor. My right hand is actively pushing into the floor as my left fingertips reach away from my body. Big inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale out. 2 more. And last one. Good. And from all fours, let's take it. Sorry, I'm just going to turn. No, I'm going to stay here. Okay. So from here, we're going to do a little hip stretch as well. So not on all fours, but hands forward. Weight off the hands, tuck the toes because we're going to get the toes or the bottoms of the feet a little bit here as well. Rock hip to heel. Right? So weight's not on the hands itself. Pull the belly button in, send the tailbone back. Keep that back nice and flat. Go ahead and do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now I'm going to turn this way just so you can see. I'm going to extend one leg out. So I got my right leg out, right toe is pointed forward, hands on the floor, and I rock. Okay, so I'm going left hip to left heel, getting that nice stretch through the inner thigh of my right leg. Okay, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one I want you to hold here. Can you hold here? Maybe pick up the toes of that foot. Bring it towards you and up. Hold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, exhale. Good. Come back. Switch sides. Okay. From here, rocking hip to heel on the right now. Again, I have very little pressure in my hands. I can pick up my hand one at a time. Pulling the belly button to the spine. My core is active. Pressing my hips back to my heel. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hold here. Can you pick up the toe? Maybe pull it in towards your body a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. All right, so we're going to come on to our back. Again, keep that band close by. I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm going to come on our backs. I want you to pull one knee into your chest, the other leg extended. I want you to focus on that extended leg for just a little bit. Think about lengthening through that hip flexor. So think heel away. And then the back of the heel, I want you to actively push it into the floor. Okay, so we're reaching away and pressing down. Hold. Good, and then bring that leg in and come into a reclined pigeon on that side. So we opened up the front of the hip. Now we want to open up the outside of that same hip. Okay, so we're in this number 4 position. Reach through, grab the back of that calf or back of that leg. Rock a little side to side if that feels good. Give a little pressure on that inside knee if that feels good. Then I want you to take your toes, right, of that foot that's folded forward and actively pull them towards your shin, okay? Actively pull towards your shin as we rock side to side. Good. Now, same foot. So bring your leg down here. Same foot. We're going to do what's called a stirrup stretch. And you can use your band for this if you want. So knee in towards the chest, right? Like we do in Happy Baby. And then either using your hand or your band, right? You can wrap your band around your foot. You're going to extend that leg out like we do in Happy Baby. But then as you come in, you're going to rotate that foot in towards your center, okay? So I'm going to come out, hold, bring it in towards my center. Okay, so as much as their mobility allows, again, getting nice and stretch and movement into that hamstring space. Okay, so exhale out, bring it back in, really focusing on the rotation, excuse me, of this hip. Okay, think about that hip moving in the ball of socket. Maybe even when you're here, you're doing a little toes in, toes out. Do that movement. I'm moving that femur in that socket joint and then bring it back in. Now you can also do this with your hand if you have that mobility. Give you a little stretch through the upper body. And again, you do a little hip rotation while you're there. Just a couple more on this side. and release that. Okay, so we're going to, actually, let's take that leg out long again, reaching it away, pressing it down. Okay, see if now you can get a little bit more length and you're a little bit more open through this space. Okay, now bend that leg up, cross the other side. Okay, reach, bring that to you. And again, these toes coming towards my shin, right? Curling back towards my shin, rocking a little side to side. Maybe a little pressure on that inside of the knee. Target here is that outside hip space. Good. Okay. Now we're going to bring it down. Again, that stretch on this side. So either using your hand or your towel or your strap, whatever you have. Okay. See how my foot comes in and then it goes out. It comes in and then it comes out. Right? Again, I can do a little rotation of the hip out here and then bring it in. Okay? And then send it out. So again, your range is going to look different than mine, and that's okay. All we're trying to do is get some movement in that hip space, a little lengthening, right, through that hamstring. And again, you can get a little rotation of the hip. I'll just do a few more here. And I forgot to do our pre-test, but let's go ahead and do a retest on that side, right? Reaching away, pressing down. Have a nice long, feel like a long length there between in the front of that hip flexor. Okay, and let's go ahead and bring both these into your chest. Grab them both, pull them in tight. I want you to press your tailbone down into the floor. Shoulders rolled open. Okay. And now, happy baby. So whether you're reaching between your knees and grabbing your big toes, maybe you grab your pinky toes, maybe use your towel or your strap, right, to bring those legs towards you. Whatever feels good to you, please use it. And we're going to rock a little side to side here. So as we rock, again, I want you to think about actively pressing your tailbone down into the floor. As we go side to side. Okay, stretching out that low back space, that SI space. Good. And we're going to finish with one more lower body twist. We did upper body twist already. Let's let that right leg lengthen out. Grab the outside of your left knee, bring it across your body. So I want that knee to be pretty high, okay? At least as high as your hip, if not a little higher. Now, if you need some support, you can grab a book or something, or even roll up your towel and put it underneath the inside of that knee. All right, but I want you to relax that leg, open up that same side arm to that opposite side. Okay, and big inhale, exhale. You can turn and look to those fingers that are reaching away. Get a nice rotation here again, through the middle of the back. And bringing that knee into your chest. Gonna roll back to your center. Bring your second leg in, drop the first. Right? Grab the outside of that knee, pull it across. Again, if you have a support, your towel, a pillow, something, put it under that knee if you need it. Open up the arm. Look in the opposite direction. Again, make sure your knee is at hip height or higher. Big inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Good. And bring that knee into your chest. Roll back to your center. And we're going to finish here. We're going to do one little active work on with feet on the wall, and then we'll finish with feet or legs on the wall, whatever feels most comfortable to you. But you're going to see the top of my head and my feet. What I want you to do is line up so that your hips are bent at 90 degrees, your knees are bent at 90 degrees, and your feet, bottoms of your feet are on your wall. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of active movement here. Arms out in a T, overhead, wherever feels good. Keep the shoulders open. Big inhale. On the exhale, I want you to push evenly into both feet. Just push, and you push your feet into the wall as if you're going to knock it over. Feel the activation of your lower abdominal, inner thighs, and glutes. Keep pushing, even on both sides. And release. Do it again. Big inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Press a little back down. Press your feet into the wall. Keep pressing, holding. And release. Now, for 4 repetitions, what we're going to do is we're going to do that same push into the wall, but we're just going to curl your tailbone up off the mat. And I want you to imagine the very end of your tailbone as a little piece of sticky tape that's stuck to the mat. And you're going to lift the very edge up as you push into the wall, then slowly lift up more of that sticky tape until your hips, right, the back of your pelvis, that bony landmark we were using earlier, is up off the mat. Hold, keep pressing into the wall. Now imagine you're going to take that tape and put it back down, but you want to stretch it further. So come down very slowly, stretching that tape and putting it back on the floor. All right, so we're going to do that 3 more times. Big inhale, exhale, push into the wall. Imagine the bottom of your tailbone is the edge of that sticky tape. Push into the wall and slowly peel up until your pelvis is up off the floor. And then slowly lengthen it, stretch that sticky tape as you put it back down. Once it's back down, release. And do it 2 more times. Inhale up. And exhale as you lengthen back down. And 1 more. Push in the wall. Inhale up. And exhale as you lengthen back down. Good. So now, down to our last minute here. You can stay here, knees bent, hips bent, feet on the wall. If that's comfortable to you, stay here. If it feels good to allow your knees to fall together, do that. If you want to lengthen your legs up the wall, you can hold here. You can scoot your hips closer to the wall. Whatever feels good. I want you to find a relaxed position. So you can have toes out, toes pointed straight, whatever feels good. Focus on the breath. And maybe remember when we focus on the breath, we start by inhaling through the belly. And then taking that inhale into the lungs. Expanding the ribs. And then reverse it. Ribs, lungs, diaphragm, belly. Inhale, belly, diaphragm, lungs, expanding those ribs. And exhale, reverse. Good, and just continue with that breath. With each inhale, fill the belly up first. Send the breath into the diaphragm, into the lungs. Expand those ribs in 4 directions. Up, down, front, back. Hold. And then exhale slowly. Belly, diaphragm, lungs, rib cage. And then relax. I encourage you to stay here if you want. Take several more breaths in the space with those legs up the wall. Continuing with your breath.